Okay, today we're doing this video here, and this is in response to Fred Slocum here, who had done a video talking about hinge bone and the differences he was seeing between a skelegon and a regular bone, and he was a little confused on how this was working. So I'm just kind of giving him a little heads up on how to deal with this stuff. So here in Modeler, Lightwave Modeler, here we have a box, and we've got two layers, and one of them is a lid and one of them is the box. So right now I will put a Skelegon here. Let me set up, create Skelegon, and I'll put one. Yeah, oops. Let me check off on that. What I want to do is make sure that I've just got the lid layer selected. So then I'm going to create a Skelegon here. When I click right here on the edge vertex here and just drag it across, and we'll, since it's 1 meter, we'll just make this like that. And that's all there is to it. So I'm going to save this, and we'll send her back to layout. Okay, here we have our box, and what I'm going to do now is simply turn on and convert our Skelegons to bones. There we go. Now these Skelegons were originally made back when Lightwave didn't have bones in layout, and so this was just kind of a way where they could bring things in and convert them to bones. It's still used, but not quite as much as it used to, since now you can do your bones already so in layout. So anyway, we have our bone, and I'll click on that and click on the bone properties panel, and you see that the bone is active. When it comes in, it's turned on. And so what I'm going to do is just open her up just like that. Pretty simple. But as you can see here, we have problems with our restraints here. We can't so we can go into motion properties here, options, and under the controllers and limits and rotation, we're going to go ahead and we're going to be working on the pitch. So we're going to click that, and down here the pitch right now is at 0.57. So we're going to set this minimum at 0.57, and then we're going to do the max. I think we'll do the max. Okay, I got these turned around here. Let me do this and make that. So I want to see here what we need to do, how far we want to go. Okay, we'll do a negative 130. I think we'll do it. So here we'll do a negative, and then we'll do a 0.57. There. Okay. Now when we operate this, it should work just like you read about. And you're done. Now, what I'm going to do now is move this over to the side. And we're going to go ahead back to Modeler. I'm going to, I'm in polygon mode. I'm going to select our Skelegon, delete it, and we're going to resave the under the same, and we'll send it right back to layout. You know, this time we don't have a Skelegon or anything, so we're going to have to add one, add a bone. Click bone. Since we're only using one bone, we'll just leave it that name. Click OK, and as you see, it's in on the Z-axis. And with Lightwave's bone, they come in. Their default rest length is at the length of your preferences setup, which in my case is meters. So it comes in as 1 meter. So here we go. Okay, I'm got the bone in place here, and when I hit Shift R, it's rested. But what I need to do is rotate this 180 degrees. So I'm going to do this. Go down here in the box and type it in, and we'll get like that. Now you see the lid is 180 degrees off, so all I got to do is hit rest. Oops. Dang it. Now I've got it in place here, and as you can see that it's set up at 180. Now we don't want that, because when you activate bones you want them all at 0, 0, 0. So in order to do that, you have to use a tool called rest rotation, record pivot rotation, I should say, which is bone BT. It stands for bone tool. It's record pivot rotation. I hit that, and as you see down here, it's at 0. Now what I got to do is hit R to rest the bone. It also activates it. Now if I want to, now it opens just like they did before. So, and you simply go back into your motion options, controller limits, rotation, pitch, and I've got it at 0, and I want to raise it up to about, we'll say 120. So let me do this. Set this at 0 and set this at 120. Oh, cancel that. Now works just fine, just fine. So the secret to success is in your bones, and the differences in they work is that you've got to have it made in the object that you're going to use, and then B is when you're using it as a rotation item, you really need to set the record pivot rotation, and that zeroes out your rotations so that you can, it'll operate in a proper manner. So that's it. Hope you learned a little bit of something on this. Okay, just before I sign off here, one other thing that I noticed in his video that Fred was doing was in the his motion thing. He was coming in here and with these heading limits and playing with this stuff down in here. And honestly, you don't really have to do that. Um, all you right now, if you look at it, we've got several different rotations going on here, and if you grab one of these, you can screw it up by moving this stuff. And the simplest way to keep from doing that is come down here to your box down here and just simply click on the rotation axis you don't want, and that grays them out. And then if you see it, when you click on the bone, all you'll have is the axes that you're able to use. So that will save you a lot of hassle and stuff. So hopefully with that little tip there will help you out a little bit too. So I'll probably give some heads up on some of this stuff. So thanks for listening and watching, and hope you learned something.